One of the problems presented in the health professional team with David is that there was a lack of communication between the professions, which caused frustration and confusion for David. The social worker told David that he was supposed to have a session with the OT on that day, but the OT never came. David had to chase up afterwards to find out what's going on. David also had to repeat his entire medical history to the psychologist because there was no transferal of information from the GP.
To address this issue, David and the healthcare workers need better communication moving forward. Some recommended processes include having a healthcare professionals team meeting to discuss any further updates and changes. Clear documentation for record keeping is also extremely important. Ensure that all healthcare workers have access to David's electronic health record where appointments, referrals, and updates are logged. This could even be printed out and given to David himself so he can keep track of everything. It would also be beneficial for appointment confirmations and reminders to be sent out to David through email and text.
Problem 2 is again a lack of coordination between professionals. David was told by the social worker that he had an appointment with an occupational therapist. When David went to follow this up himself, the occupational therapist told him that the social worker never confirmed the appointment, so it was never organised. David is getting too much information and is having to chase up his own appointments, supposedly organised by his social worker. The gaps in coordination is leading to gaps in his care and increasing the burden on David. He's having to worry about administrative tasks rather than his own recovery.
In order to solve the lack of coordination between healthcare professionals, it is essential that each profession communicates with the other. After interacting or having an appointment with the patient, the healthcare professional should immediately communicate with the next professional. This will clarify any future appointment times and ensure that the patient does not have to chase up their own accurate appointment information. Furthermore, a roadmap of appointments could be decided, created, and printed for each healthcare professional that David sees. That way, all professions can have a clear plan of action that can be referred to when making appointments. This plan should also be updated for all parties if changes need to be made.
David received conflicting information from different professionals, which became overwhelming. For example, the GP says to take medication half an hour before food, where the pharmacist says to take with food. When professionals provide different recommendations, it appears unprofessional, causing the client to lose trust in their advice. This creates a long, overwhelming process, increasing the time, effort, and risk of the client getting lost in the system.
For this problem, a recommended general process is to educate oneself on the roles other professionals have in a patient's care to ensure the patient is getting the best set of information from the right people, as well as communicating with others to ensure understanding and role clarification. Specifically to David, though, professionals should have a constant and direct line of communication to ensure patients' needs are clarified, and if there is a difference in one's own knowledge compared to a patient's current information, the professional should probe deeper to find out why this is the case, and contact the other professional to make sure if it's still unclear. It is each professional's job to ensure patients' complete understanding before leaving them.